Okay, so good morning and good evening, everybody. And once again, welcome back in today's class. Okay, so now we are going to be discuss something different. When I say the different means, so if you guys notice, till the date in ServiceNow we discuss is in and around only and only for the IT. Incident, change, little bit problem, request catalogs, and all the things. Now, if I take example, okay, and this is again one of my favorite area. Why? Because how much I know in this area, I know only from this trainings only. I read, I study, and I teach. Okay. So let's say Garima and Neha is running their own company, and their company is called the insurance provider. They are the insurance provider. Okay. Garima and Neha reach out to Ashish and say, hey Ashish, I want to be implement service now. Ashish says, okay, no problem, I can do it for you. Ashish gather the requirement and Ashish set up their IT processes. If someone is facing issue in the premium amount, they can raise an incident. They want to make some changes, they can go for the request item and all the things. After some time, Garima and Neha was thinking, we need some mechanism where we can help our customers as well. They reach out to Ashish again. Ashish, do you have any product which you can help to my customer? Now, what is the meaning of the customer here? Because this word is the base for this discussion. Two things, customer and consumer. In today's session, again, I'm saying don't feel sleepy because it's a theoretical mainly, but it is a first advanced topic we are starting now. Okay, so two things. One is the customer and one is the consumer. If I ask in the mota, people will say, Atul, both are the same. If Ravish go in the market and purchase a mobile phone, he's a customer. Maybe he gift that phone to his wife. She's a consumer, right? So Neha and Garima go to Ashish and say, Ashish, we need some mechanism where we can help to our customer, because as of now, when our customer is facing any issue, they need to be raise a problem or they need to be raise some issue or some record. Ashish said, okay, what issue there be or what type of issue they'll be facing? Same, that premium is not working, premium has been deducted less, did not get the receipt and all the things. Then Ashish go to back to ServiceNow and ask that do you have any kind of a product where I can support to my end customers? Now, if you notice, the terminologies has been changed. In the IT, when till the time we are doing incident change problem, we are discussing about the end users. Now we are using the customer, end customers. ServiceNow say, wow, that's nice. But unfortunately, we don't have any product as of now. Okay, but ServiceNow got an idea that it is the time when I should support to my customers as well, end customers as well. And they start development of a product and the launch in the market that is called the CSM, Customer Service Management. Okay. Now, whenever any product go in the market or launch in the market, it has some fundamental principles. Like ITSM has a principle for the ITL and ITSM processes. CSGM has a principle. In the same manner, CSM has a principle. And that principle on which basis they build this product. See, any company, if any company build a product, they have some fundamentals in the background, and the principle they use, it's called B2B. And now, when I say now, in the current time period, we have a concept B2B to C. This is what the CSM has been used. I appeared for an interview approximately in 2016 or 17 somewhere. That person asked me the same question. Do you have or do you know what is the meaning of the B2B and B2C? I said it's a business to business, business to customer. But I was not aware that what is the fundamental behind that. So let's understand this fundamental, because if you are implementing or your customer is looking for the CSM to be implemented in his area, in his domain, then the first question we ask to the customer, is it B2B or it is B2C? Let's say example, Mr. X is working in a company, LNG. Okay. And another company called POPO, they are the insurance provider. Okay. Now LNG has a agreement, or LNG says, okay, so LNG says to employee X, don't worry, you are my employee. You will be getting 3 lakh rupees life insurance. Okay. But LNG is not an insurance company. LNG is an IT company. Okay. It means they need another company. They need any other business person who can provide the insurance to their employees. Then they reach out to POPO. And LNG and POPO has a discussion and say, guys, I have 1,000 employees or the 1 lakh employees, and I want to be deal with you. For all the employees should be covered under the life insurance with 3 lakh minimum sum assured, and their premium I will pay. Are you okay to provide me these insurance policies? POPO said yes. Now Mr. X has a policy from POPO. Okay. Now Mr. X is married, so she had Mrs. X as well. Okay. Mrs. X says, hey, I want to get some insurance, medical insurance, health insurance. Okay, no problem. So Mr. X told to Mrs. X that in my company, I'm getting insurance from the POPO. Why not you try that company? Because I am happy with this, their overall performance, kind of execution, query resolvement. Mrs. X inquiry from POPO, and finally she purchased the insurance policy from POPO. Now, what is the difference in these two cases? The major difference is that this particular deal is called B2B because LNG is a company, POPO is a company. They have an agreement. In this, it is a B2C. Mrs. X is a customer and POPO is a company, and they get agreement, premium paid, deal done. Now, if I am a POPO executive, or let's say I'm a POPO HR department, or let's say I'm a POPO customer engagement manager, I need to be onboard LNG in my system. But if I say, oh Ashish, how are you doing? Well, Ashish said, Atul, can I have your number? Fine, take my number. It means he's onboarding me in his contacts now. Maybe after this training, he will delete my number or block my number. But he's saving my number now. He's onboarding me in his life. He's onboarding me in his contacts. He's onboarding me in his experience now. So it means now don't think from the LNG side, think from the POPO side. POPO need to be onboard LNG company in their system, and POPO is using ServiceNow, and they are using ServiceNow CSM product. Now, if I say, okay, guys, create a account for a user in the system. What do you say? Atul, user ID, name, last name, email, and all these things. But here I'm not onboarding a user, I'm onboarding a company. It means in ServiceNow world, we call this as a account. So now I'm saying let onboard LNG account in the POPO company CSM module. So what they need company name, their registration number, their email ID, maybe some registered email ID, address. Now, if I say, guys, I'm working in an X company, that's fine. How you can contact me in that company? You cannot come to my company office and say and knock to the door or knock to the wall. Mr. Atul, come outside. You cannot do this thing. It means you need someone, either a HR, either a executive, to whom you say, hey, I know Mr. Atul Grover is working in your company. Can you call him? This particular thing. So in this says POPO says, guys, OK, if I need to be connect with LNG, how I can connect? So they will create contact of LNG, and contact is a person that in case any issue from the LNG or you want to do any kind of agreement with LNG, please contact to Ashish. He is my first point of contact from LNG. OK. Now, under this, I have a customers as well. Will be a customer for which belong to LNG. This is the crunch of CSM module. This is easy to see. That's fine. But it is not that much easy to implement. Reason being, now I'll tell you the second point. First 5-10 minutes, we will discuss about the terminologies. And then we go for the ServiceNow discussions. OK. Number one, in the CSM, there's a no concept that is called incident exist. There's no incident. Then the purpose, the thing is that Atul, what is the record we create in the CSM? So we create the case, not the incident. Maybe you can say, case means case is the incident only. Is the incident only is not the right word. It's similar to incident. I can still manage it. I give one example. OK, we'll take one example later, a little bit later on. OK, so there's a new term called the case. Either Mr. X called to POPO or either Mrs. X called to POPO. In both cases, POPO executive will raise a case. Now, Atul, why you're saying executive? Why you're not saying the fulfiller? Because there's a no fulfiller. We call them agents. The person to whom we are calling, they are the agents. Practically, I don't like this word much in this industry. Generally, when I talk to my stakeholders for their implementation, I never say it's an agent. We say your executives. Let's look a little good word. So there's a no fulfiller, there's a agents. In the backend, it is a fulfiller only. But in the CSM terms, we call them an agent. OK. Now I'll give you one more example to clarify more about the CSM, because with the CSM, there's another term came that is called the FSM. What does it mean? It means field service management. Let me give an example. Ashish is staying in a society in Bangalore, a very posh society, 7, 8, 10, 15 towers, 20 stories building, and he is the secretary, or I can say chairman of that particular tower. OK. In the night, he was going for a walk and he's stuck in a lift. From the lift, he called to some friend and that friend came and opened the lift and Ashish came out from there. After that, Ashish called to that particular lift company. Hi, I'm Ashish. I'm calling from this particular society and this is my address. The lift is not working properly. Can you send a engineer to check this? Okay, sir, no problem. That lady log a case, not the incident, number 1 point. So this is your case number. Our field service engineer will call you tomorrow morning and they will come to fix that part. For the meantime, please put a board or put a notice on the lift. Don't use or switch off from the backside. Now in the morning, 9 o'clock, that agent called to, or not agent, executive engineer called to Ashish. Hello, sir, you raise a case. I'm outside your society. Could you please allow me? That person came, engineer came. He checked the things and he done some changes on the, he note down something and put on the something on the phone and say, okay, sir, it will be done now. In case anything, you can reach out to me. Now that person come to Ashish house or Ashish society, fix it, going back. The same thing he need to do for some other societies as well. Do you think the person or these engineers who are on the street, on the not street is not the right word, on the field, I can say, they have laptops or desktops. They have only mobile phones. From big issue to small issue, everything they will take care in the mobile phone. This is what the FSM, because they are the person who never sit on their laptop. They don't have a laptop as well. They never sit on the offices. They always in the field. They always in the patrolling kind of route, I can say. So ServiceNow say, let's say I am a service provider and I provide hardware as a service. I tell you one example that how these things come into the picture. When we were kid now, let's say there is a not that much kid, but yes, 9th or 10th standard, 11th standard. Okay, let's say there is a festival in my school, and teachers say, okay, guys, go and bring the tea and samosas for everybody, for all the participants. Now we all know that okay, nobody's going to be asked. So we go easily, take 2 hours, and then come with the tea. Where it is only the half an hour work. Same thing happened here. In the evening, the engineer says, I work on the 5 sites and he charged 9 hours. Then management says how it can be 9 hours for the 5. All the addresses are in the same lines. It means less traveling. They check the report and they find there's no major issue. It means if I say half an hour to 1 hour for one per client, so total 5 hours, then there is a 4 hours gone. So to track the time of engineer, they introduce the field service management, because we are working in the IT industry, but there are the companies. Now let me take example so that Pulkit or maybe Ujjwal and Garima can understand. We guys see the ATMs has been installed. Number of ATMs on the number of areas. Let's say SBI Bank. They have a ATM on the railway stations. They have an ATM on the airports, on the taxi stands, in the mall, near to some common areas, grocery markets, everywhere. There's some engineer who come for the daily or the regular visit on that part. This is what the field service. And there's a company who provide these services. No problem. I will install your ATMs. I'll take care of everything. So to keep a track of these engineers' timesheets, work orders, FSM has been introduced by ServiceNow. Practically, if I say I only work once in a FSM part, only once in a life, and that is again for the 2 or 3 months. Not much. But because again, we are working in an IT industry, we're not working in a core provider company like hardware as a service, server as a service kind of things, we're not working. But in this particular capability, these 2 products, CSM and FSM, work hand in hand. It depends that what you want. Generally, if it is CSM, then better to use the FSM as well. Because how the lift company will track the timings or the duration or the working hours of their field engineer. They need some mechanism, and to do that part, they can use the FSM. Now the question comes because Neha is very curious now. Atul, it means is there any relationship between ITSM and the CSM? If I say yes, there is the relationship. The relationship in the terms of the records, the relationship in the terms of the license as well. If I have a license of CSM, I can do the work of ITSM as well, but not vice versa. There is a no direct relationship. We have to do the integration between these two modules. And it is out of the box. You can just install the plugin, it will work for you. If lift is not working, if I say practically, if lift is not working, Atul, this is an incident. But to sell out to the customer to make a fancy word, this is a case. Maybe in the background they are raising as an incident only. So I will show you one slide which tell you about these things. And other than this, there are two or three more terms here, which help you to implement the CSM part. Now, before I proceed, any question, anybody, any clarification required? सुना नहीं है बस. Good. Now let me take you on the little bit presentation format. Okay, don't ask for this presentation. It's very old. I can say you can easily get on the ServiceNow part. We have a topic where you can find all these things as well. So you can say in the CSM, I have a customer case, major issues, communities, targets, continuous improvement, and proactive operation. Maybe I'm not sure that something has been decommissioned, has been added new as well here. In the field service, I have a field service, cost management, plant maintenance, and the asset management. Communities, why? Nowadays, if you notice, specifically, personally, I don't like this. For any small issue, people are starting tagging the companies on the LinkedIn as well. Till Twitter, I was okay because Twitter may be used for the same thing. But if something goes wrong, this company did not provide a good service, add on the LinkedIn. Fine, everybody has their choice to do. But personally, I'm not liking that part. So this is how a customer can reach out to me. This is what we're going to be discussing in the upcoming slides. So this is the fundamental B2B and B2C. This is the basic fundamental, I can say, of this particular stuff, CSM. And now, see, this is what I was telling. One side, it is a CSM. And one side, it is a ITSM, this one. So you are here. Mrs. X or Mr. X is here. They can call to the service desk via phone, or they can reach out, they can reach out to service desk via phone, via chat, via portal, via email. Are we going to be use the SP portal? No, there's a no SP portal will work here. ServiceNow provide two different portals, one for B2B, one for B2C. The people who are working in IT industry, they're getting salary. And when they get a salary, they get a link as well. You can download your salary slip from this particular link. And that link take you some third-party tool. Maybe Allsec, maybe Workday. There's a number of tools available. This is what different portals are there, B2B and B2C. So being a customer, you raise a case here. And from here, it go back in the backside. It can be problem, it can be incident, it can be change, it can be work order here. मतलब if we speak in our native words, ITSM के बिना काम नहीं चलेगा. But to make it very fancy, they say it's a case. Like we say, when specifically when I was in India, and I see these things has been changed here as well. When I say to my son, आपको चाहिए या अच्छा लगा, हाँ अच्छा था, good. मैं कहा अच्छा. Now he changed. Oh really? Only the words has been changed. Meaning is still same. So if you want to understand CSM, you can say that case is the incident, but don't tell to your customer. The terminologies are different, even though life cycle is also different. But, and also one more thing which I learned from experience. If you are a good consultant, you will make sure that your end customer never know that which tool you are using to provide them the services. How many of us know that what tool SDFC, Axis Bank, Amazon, say, or I can say Myntra, Zomato are using? We never know which technology they are using. Maybe ServiceNow, maybe SAP, maybe Salesforce, maybe Pega, maybe OutSystem. But we never know which system they are using it. This is the beauty of a consultant. These words are told to me by one of the person in one of the person from the ServiceNow in a workshop. That is the reason they introduce the word case. How it's mattered to you. Let's say you are a normal, or we are a normal human being. How it's mattered to you that it is the incident, is a change, or it's a problem. Doesn't matter. For me, if Akshat say, Atul, or Akshat call to Vodafone or the Airtel, my internet is not working. They say, sir, we are raising a problem. It doesn't matter to Akshat. What matter? That my internet is not working. That should be resolved. So now we are moving in a perspective that we don't want to tell to customer that what is the record in the background. For a customer, only one record, that is called the case. So here the licensing also change. If you have this license, you can work on these as well, but not the vice versa. Okay, now this is a concept called the omni-channels. We say we say to God, Omni, he is omnipresent. So if you want to use CSM, then you can have the only 4 ways: email, chat, or the phone, chat, and the self-service portal. Portal means that part. And ServiceNow say that because now you are dealing with the 2 different personas. When I say persona, I'm talking about the 2 different roles. One is CSM and one is the customer, one is consumer. So they says I provide you 2 type of portals. Let me show you. CSM and CSP. CSM for the customers, that is B2B, and CSP for the B2C. Now, if I take example, Ashish or Neha purchased a new iPhone. She's facing some issue. She purchased the iPhone and she's facing some issues, so she will go to the CSP portal because she's a customer. Sorry, she's a consumer. So she will go on the iPhone site, create her account and log a issue. But if I'm a consumer, sorry, B2B part, then I will have something more here because it's my internal, like Ashish get his salary and he want to be check the salary slip. He want to submit the tax proof. He want to put some claims. To do that part, he need to be logged into the third party vendor tool, Allsec, maybe Workday kind of things. So they have a separate portal for this. It is a good product, or I can say it's a good module in the market. Demand is yes, a good at point of time. Hot cake, लेकिन now it is going in the जिसे कहते हैं ना वो घिसा पिटा वाला काम, that's going in the that direction because a lot of customers using it now. Earlier, people ask or company asked for the ITSM experience. Now they start their introduction, they start their JD with the CSM because they consider ITSM to aata hi hoga. So CSM is going in that track because a lot of customers are implementing this. Good module. If you get a chance to work in your company, please take it. A little bit hard work in the beginning to understand everything, but later it will be good. Okay, because the thing is that ultimately the configuration in this CSM has been linked with the ITSM only. I'm not changing the rules. I'm not changing the SLA. I'm not changing the business rules. No, I am just adding few more tables for you to understand this part. Okay. Any questions? So that I can move forward. Good. Let's understand the terms which has been added or which is a part of this particular implementation. Okay. Let me do this thing. There. So now come this example. PO want to onboard LNG. So three things are important here. One is the internal user data. That in the PO company, who is going to be face for the LNG. Like for LNG, Ashish is there, but Ashish says to whom I should speak. Shall I go to PO office and knock the wall? Hello, hello, I need some inquiry. It means he also needs someone. So this is come here. Manager, agent, and other employees. Means who is going to be support this particular customer. Okay. Let's say I give example. It's my example. In the 2008, when I completed my MCA and I done with my internship as well. It's a 6-month internship in Delhi. So after internship, we need to be leave it after 6 months. Then I think let me start working somewhere else till the time I get my joining in the Accenture. So I joined a BPO. Yes, I worked in the BPO as well, and it was a America processes. They have a US processes. Sorry. So when I go there, I found that there are different people who are handling the different ways. So someone is selling only X product, someone is selling on the Y product, someone is selling on the Z product. So it means in the internal they have a manager, and I was working as an agent. It's a very long story. Okay, so now here the customer data. That number one account. This thing. That which company PO is onboarding. Maybe today LNG, tomorrow I can say ABC. After that XYZ. Maybe because it's a customer, it's an insurance company, and they have a lot of customers as well. They're providing the service to a lot of companies as well. So that is called the account. Contact. To whom I should reach out, or who is going to be use my services in that particular company. That is called the contact. Primary contacts and secondary contacts, something like this. And the last is a consumer. Anyone who is using my product in the market. Like Neha go and purchase iPhone. She created account in the iPhone website for any kind of inquiry. Simple. Ashish purchase iPhone, create account. We are the consumer. If the same iPhone Neha or Ashish or maybe I can say Garima or Shabrish got from their company for the support, then they become the contacts, not the consumers. And in the parallel, now if PO is giving me a service to do that part, they also do some product data. Now there is an agreement between LNG and the PO that I will purchase you from the life insurance. Okay, I want to give a benefit to my employees on the fleet insurance as well, means car insurance. I want to give my employees the benefit of the medical insurance as well. LNG asks POP, do you have these products? Yes, we have these products. Because for the POPO, these are the products they're selling in the market. Like I'm a trainer, I'm selling the market, techno-functional training, business analyst training, ITSM trainings. These are my products. Which one you want to buy? Tell me. I'll give you that only. So here these 6 terms are important to understand. One thing is important that these 3-4 terms are work on the CSM around. The tables are around the CSM only. Again, let me put a very clear line here. If you're able to understand these concepts, very good. If not, don't worry. Don't take on the heart that I'm not understanding. No worries. Go to this training again, this video again. In case you still think no, not getting. Go to my, I guess I took one live session as well for this particular session 2 or 3 years back. Go to that as well. You will get a little bit more understanding, because unless you will not read the words, you will not able to understand the concepts. Like in the CSDM, business service, business application, application services. ठीक है, English is good. But until unless we not know the actual meaning of these particular things, not going to work. So here also these specifically these terms, the sole product and install base item, very confusing. Even I also get confused when I explain. So it says account means company, contacts, the employee of that company, partner. Now ServiceNow and a Microsoft are the partner of each other. You use my product, you sell my product, I use your product, I sell your products. They're the partners. So maybe LNG is already giving the services as a ServiceNow implementation to POPO. Now POPO say, hey, why don't you purchase my products for your employees? This is what the partner. So it doesn't much matter here. It's just a tick box kind of thing, but doesn't matter. And consumer, who in the market, who is available in the market. Okay, now let's come here. A very meaningful slide, I can say. We'll spend 5-7 minutes here and then we'll go for the service now, that how it's look like in the service now. Number 1 is called the product model. ठीक है, चलो. I thought it will be a little bold, then I can show you. So product model means a product is a type of goods or service that your company sell. When I say the company sell, please consider this as a POPO as a company, not the LNG. By POPO, what are selling in the market? They're selling insurance. They're selling loan. They're selling credits. This is their product model. Maybe just to be easy, if you're talking about in the IT industry, hardware, software is easy word to be C. But if you're talking from the insurance company, then they have a product model. Like for the hospital, what are the product models? MRIs, operations, surgeries, scans, kind of things can be product model. Asset, everybody know that a specific product or instance that is supported for a customer. Little tough to be explained in the POPO example. But if I tell you the basic example, generally I tell you one more example. When I was in, I'll not give the company name. I was working in a company. Okay, so there was a girl working in the service desk, and she always says, "Atul, please take me in your team. Your team is very good. I want to be learned." I said, "Okay." Then I say, "Why you want to work in our company? We have a rotated shift, morning, evening, night as well. In the service desk, we have fixed shift, fixed breaks, and all the things will be there." Then she says, no, because you guys get a laptop and a mobile phone from the company. That is why I want to be join your team. So here, these things I'm bringing here. When, let's say, when I joined a project, I got a mobile phone from my company to support that project. that is an asset which is given by my company, and that company purchased the asset from the other company. Let's say nowadays, when earlier when I was joined, so we get that keyboard based mobile phone. Now company gave iPhones or the smartphones as well. Definitely they did not produce. They take it from the other vendor, maybe iPhone, Lenovo, Sony, Samsung kind of things. So if a company is selling or providing that particular things to their customer, then it become an asset. Now if I say X want to contact to POPO service desk agent, then they will ask, okay, sir, what is your policy number? So that policy number can be work for you as an asset. Okay. Then the sole product. I am again telling, sometime even I got confused on these terms. Sole product means the product and the component that had been sold to an account or a consumer. To account, I'm saying, like here, POPO has sold life insurance and the fleet insurance. LNG said, no, I don't want the medical one. Remove it. I don't want. So these two are the sole product for the POPO. I'm going a little bit in the depth now so that you can actually understand that how practically it has been used. And believe me, we all use these products in our life, but we never notice it, or we don't know that what is the standard terms we called it actually. Okay, so here, what is the sole product? These two are the sole product for here. Install base items that represent the instance that have been installed or provisioned for a customer. Now I can say when my employees having individual policy, then it becomes the install base item. So LNG and POPO has an agreement that I will take two products from you, life insurance and the fleet. Done. And when Mr. X, Mr. Y got their individual policy from POPO, then it becomes the sold install base item. It can be actual or it can be a logical representation, I can say. Okay, or if I want to make a little bit correction or more point here, I can say, let's say there's a telecom company reach out to me. Mr. Atul, your house is in a good place. We want to be install a tower on the roof or on the terrace. I said, OK. So to install the tower, they put the tower structure and all the things. That is called the install base item. That will sell this thing to that particular customer. OK. Again, unless you will not read this again, I tried to give my best knowledge here to be explained so that you can understand. Sorry, yeah. Then install products. Provide information on the sold products, how they are deployed or installed. That in the life insurance, what actually I am having it. It is for me or my dependents as well. That is called the install products. I will try next time in my next batch. I will try that. I'll pick up some other examples so that I can relate it with the IT part. Okay. Use install products to create an association between sold and install base item. Generally, in these three, there's a relationship in the background which help in the next level of analysis or the changes level. Okay, in this, if you understand install base, sold product, that will be more good, I can say. Now, contract, important point, and entitlement. Either you join a company on the beginning of the financial year, or either you join a company in the middle of the financial year. You get an email. Today I joined, I got insured. By this date, your insurance is getting expired. Or maybe I can say LNG and POPO has a contract for the 1 year only. Simple. 1 year they have a contract. It is important. We have a contract now. This much duration, this much money, this much knowledge. We have a contract. Simple. It can be something can be different here. Or in the contracts, we have a entitlements. Entitlement. Let me give you a basic examples. I'm sure on the experience, Ashish, you have, or the level you have in your company, or maybe Ujjwal or Pulkit or Garima, they'll be entering in the industry now. Okay, let's say, no, it's not let's say, it's actually two things. Nowadays it's be happening, even though happening in the earlier as well. I joined, or Ashish joined a company as a senior vice president or senior director. Okay. He's entitled to be travel in a business class, number one. He's entitled for 2 lakh rupees as a maternity expenses. He's entitled to get 2 or 3 lakh rupees furniture in his house. Okay, because he's joining on the senior vice president position. On the same company, let's say Pulkit, Ujjwal and Garima as a fresher joined. They're not entitled, or they're only entitled to travel in the economy class. They're entitled only and only for the 20,000 to 30,000 as a maternity expenses, and they're not entitled for any kind of a house furniture. This is what the purpose of the entitlement. And generally companies have this entitlement. More you grow in your career, in your designations, these benefits are getting added. Now the question comes, how this is related? What is the purpose of this? In UK, I found one thing. Let's say I'm not comparing, but I'm just giving example to understand. In India, let's say if I'm to find out any house and I get an ad on the wall or somewhere, I call to that particular person, he show me the flat. But here in UK, let's say I get some ad, or I know that this is a good residential area where I can take a flat for the rent. If I call to that, I got a reverse message. This number is a premium number. To call that, you have to be top up your account. Same thing is called the entitlement, because from the same which I have, the plan which I have, I'm not entitled to call on the premium numbers. Okay, so in this case, the thing is that when you want to put some claims, these things actually work. Your entitlement actually work in the picture. And I know like nowadays when you join a company says, okay, if you're joining as a fresher or senior developer, you are entitled to take a new phone up to 15,000 rupees. If you're joining as a team lead or manager or assistant manager, you are entitled to take a phone of the 30,000 rupees. If you're joining on the more high level, you're entitled to take a phone for the 70,000 rupees. So this is important for the entitlement, and it is fair. I know it's somewhere, some cases it's not look fair, but that is the way industry is running at point of time. So these are the few terms we have to be add, or we have to be understand. Question here. So the ServiceNow which we learn in the last 28 days, and the ServiceNow we are going to be learned in the next 10 days. Both are the different. Both the next 10 days, the 7 days, 5 days, I can say the advanced topics will open your eyes and mind and to think, shall I make my career in this module or not? But basics will be same here. So now if I show you here, this is what the relationship. Account, under account, I have a product, I have a contract, I have a primary contract, I have an asset, and I have an entitlement. Now, how to store or where to store in the ServiceNow? Let's come here and first log in it. So now this is a B2B one. So I can raise a case here, create a customer case. Right? So I can raise a case. So remember, same thing. You can create your own portal and other things. Which account I belong? I give you the example now. Mr. X want to be upgrade the premium amount. Mr. X call to the POPO service agent and say, hi, I'm Mr. X. I want to be increase the premium amount of my policy. That executive says, okay, sir, can I know your company name? I'm working in a company ABC. Sorry, sir, we don't have a communication with ABC, or we don't have a collaboration with ABC. I guess you dialed the wrong number. She cut the phone. Again, call and say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm forget. I'm calling from the company LNG. Oh, yes, sir. Yeah. So that account should be come here so that the executive can or you can log a issue. So whenever, like again, when Ashish or me or Neha, everybody who's working, they get a salary. To get their salary slip, they log into the particular portal. And if we're facing some issue, we call to the service desk. And the service desk has a first question. Sir, can I have a company name? I'm calling from this company. Okay, sir. If they find the company name here, then they proceed. If no, sorry, sir, it seems you have wrong information. We do not have the company name in our system. So we have to build this data first. And let do here. Account. In the CSM, let's go to the account. It's a very deep, it's a very deep. It's a complete separate module. It's a complete separate certification. It's a complete set of training. Don't think that by doing this 1 hour training, you'll get to know everything in the CSM. No, it is just a crunch. And that is again 5 to 7%. It is equally deep. Equally, we have ITSM. Or ITSM we did not touch as of now. We just see the admin part. Okay, so now let's create an account here to show that how the relationship, how the terms which we work, it's look like here. So I'm going to create my company LNG here, account number. Consider this particular service now has been used by the POPO and they're onboarding me. Registration code number LNG123562. This one. I'm a customer, I'm partner, I'm both. What is my website name? @lng.com. Phone number, I can put street, I can put city, I can put zip code, and USA, India. I can put. This is my company. Which industry I belong? I'm from the healthcare. Legal entity name. These things maybe for you specifically. I'm saying Pulkit, Garima, and Ujjwal. Little tough to know that what is the exact meaning of this thing. So nothing to be worried on that part. Every company has some legal entity name. Like everybody say it's a Tata, but there can be legal name in the background. Maybe Tata have some Tata LLC, Tata LLP kind of things. So I can put business structure. I'm in a cooperative one. Assume name, by which name I can call you. When you have incorporated any logo, trademark you want to put that this is my company logo, you can put it. And then tax ID, you can put contact information, any one email ID where I can send an email. Wow, in the beginning only they have given this form now. Okay, now let me save this. My account has been created. Now let me onboard my contact here. So if you see, account is going in the table customer_account. So in the ITSM, we see task table is my core and the base table. In the same manner, in in CSM as well, we have some base and the core tables. What are the tables? You can get it. Click on the new. And it is going in the customer_contact table. Let me create account. LNG hello. And I'll show you the magic as well, that what is happening here then. Hello. And save. Okay. Then now let's come here and open the sys underscore user underscore list. See. What you understand with this? It means if you are creating any contact in the CSM, that is actually a user you are creating in the background. And these things not that much easy, which I can or you can see in an immediate basis. It's come with the experience only, guys. Not demotivating you, but giving you the upfront vision that how you need to be think. Because remember this slide. This slide. Mr. X is who? Mr. X is a user. Simple. On the fancy side, he is a customer. But on the background in the system, it is a user. Today, I am a friend of Ashish. After training, I'm still is a friend of Ashish. Simple. Or maybe today he called me. I'll not use that example. Leave it. Okay. So the thing we have to be understand. It means that there is the integration between CSM and the ITSM, and CSM is still using some tables from the ITSM itself. This is the first part. Okay. Now let's go back here. Oh, account. So now you can see here. Okay. Account address, you can put that complete address. You want to put type, location, city, and other things. Assets. What I have sold to them. Let me create an asset and see it is going in which table? ALM asset table. Now, as I'm saying, you should open your mind and your eyes now in the 360-degree angle. This is a thing which you need to be learned now. And these are the things come in the examination. Maybe today we are seeing this, tomorrow when we go for the GRC, or maybe I can say ATF, or maybe I can say HRSD, same thing will be happen. So means customer and employees are using same user table, how they're differentiated? No. They are in the two different table. But in the background, the account is going in the, and don't say customer, Ravish, it's a wrong word. I'm saying contact. Contact is going in the user table. Maybe if you create this asset, it will go in the asset table only. Let's say create an asset. What asset you want to create? Hardware. Okay. Display name, it will come serial number LNG1234. Model category. Computer. See. Model. These are, if you see what is, these are what? Let me show you. Oh, acha, it's vice versa because we already put this model here. If you see, these are what? These are CI classes, nothing else. Remember, right? These are nothing. These are the CI classes. If I open a view, 34. The only thing is that they map in the hardware as a category. Nothing else. So I can put computer here. Model I can put MacBook. Install date, primary contact, to whom I am assigning it. Why I'm getting only one account? Sorry, one contact. Because this time I'm creating assets for a specific account only, not for the journal users, for everybody. Click on the submit. Display name is MacBook this. Now let's go to this and db underscore ci dot underscore list dot do. Let's see, is this get created in the, is it created as CI or not in the background? We have to be think on that part. So now you are no longer a developer, guys. You have to be think from the consulting perspective as well. It should be displayed. Let's see. It means it is not, the CI did not get created, but asset get created. Chalo, one thing has been clear to us. Let's see. And let's come back here. So now in the same manner, we can get the sold product and the install base item. Okay, sorry, install base items are the CIs actually, I can say. So if you create here, it is going this particular table, right? Name, hello LNG. Parent install base, I don't have product. Hardware, I guess it will come on this one. Asset, I can say what was the MacBook, right? Acha, इसी का asset आएगा, right? And let me, and LNG and contact to whom you want to be assigned this. On by and state in use, inactive, status, original, replacement. We get the laptops, right? We get the laptops from the company. Now earlier what happened that if I join a company, I request and my company give me laptop. Nowadays I request, the laptop directly came from the manufacturing company only. So now maybe if I can go here in the CMDB. Interesting topic. This thing you have to be remember. Got this option called all, right? Let's do one thing now. Achha, now we can see, wait, refresh. I'm sure I will be able to find this part now. See, LNG 1, 2, 3, created today. So in the background, it's using the CMDB somewhere. And if you go now here, you can add the contracts, and contract has a complete life cycle, when to start, when to end. And you can see one thing here. By okay, contract is fine, a simple one. Let me take you on the entitlement, that is important. Because in the entitlement, there's a good option which will surprise you, that how a company charged to the other company. Okay. Go here and this thing. Entitlement name, senior VP. Product, this one, contract, asset, I can edit here. Okay, this thing is important because this is the place where I will charge, POPO will charge to LNG. Let's say if I say, guys, if anybody is asking more than 5 questions in a single day, I will charge extra amount. I have to be recorded. But now you have to think, POPO is not a doing public services. They are a business. They are running their business, and to run their business, they have to be charged as well. So here we say that senior VP director can call a phone only. Okay, he's allowed to use only phone. Business hours is coming schedule started, and up to 100 I will not charge. Up to 100 cases, if any senior VP director, I not charge per cases or per hour. Now it's been there. Maybe this point is not good as of now for like Pulkit, for you or Ujjwal or Garima or maybe Akshat, but for Ashish, specifically for you, I can say or Neha and Ravish were going to be in this direction now. It is important for you to be understand that service in the service now we have mechanism that how I should charge. Like I go in the international roaming. First 30 minutes is free. After that, I will charge 70 rupees per minute. Either talk 59 seconds, either speak 5 seconds. I will charge 70 rupees per minute. This is what they are doing. And this is again decided with the business collaboration. In the contract, it has been mentioned that how to be charged, how many you want to charge per hourly basis or per case basis. Why you think that the telecom companies now put 50 paisa per minute if you call to the customer care? Because in the early days, people call and talk to hour. How are you doing? Well, I'm facing this issue. Now they know that it is they're wasting the time. My agent time they're wasting. Then they start putting the charges. 50 rupees, 50 paisa per minute, 1 rupees per minute, 2 rupees per minute, they'll be charging it. So that they can hold these things. Otherwise, unnecessary, their agents are spending time because if they cut the call, then you will say it is not a good customer care. If they did not cut the call, then other person or the other customer will be on the hold. So to do these things, they have a entitlements here. So you can create n number of entitlements as per your agreement. Let's see, do we have anything for Boxo? Like this is Boxo. Yes, they have entitlement. 24 crores support, premium support, CA5 support, central support. 24/7, 8 crores 5. Only for these products only. If you have a issue in this series of asset, only then you can call or they will support. Otherwise, they will not support. Let's see and open it. Let's see how they'll be charging it. No information they have given. It's dummy data. Okay. This is all about from my side on the CSM part. Any question, any doubt, any clarification, anybody required? Good. Let me stop the recording and we'll take a quick attendance now.